Hi friends, I'm the vegan. I make a recipe today featuring Vegan Genie, a friend of mine. She's a great chef, a vegan chef in the USA. She lives in California, Southern California, and she makes great recipes. I cook together with her in her home in our center in California also. And well, here's a recipe for juice fasting. We always make a new juice recipe or plant milks once a week or every other week, it depends. But the regular fasting is wonderful, and as the science also showed that recently, 2019, that modified fasting, so not zero calorie fasting, not only water fast, but when you have some juices or smoothies, veggie broth, light salads, that is so-called modified fasting. You have the benefits but no side effects, or almost no side effects. So that is the big problem with the zero calorie fasting, the traditional fasting. You don't eat anything, that you have maybe headaches or sweating or heart racing or whatever. There are many side effects that are not so good. Also, kidney can be harmed because you detox, strong detox, and can be too much. So the modified fasting is we call it Gentle Juicefasting in our Yoga tradition. That's from Yogini Kaliji. She gave us the plan, the idea of the Gentle Juicefasting or Yoga moon fasting. And well, this is a recipe for this purpose, for the Gentle Juicefasting. And it sounds wonderful to me. I wanted to try it. And it's Vegan Genie says that is a English cucumber needed. Here I cut it into pieces for the juicer. And a half bunch of celery. This is a half bunch. I always cut it into pieces so that it will fit into the juicer. And then I have a lemon here. That's in our recipe too. Peeled, of course. And a handful of mint. And that makes it so interesting to me. I love mint. It's a very powerful flavor. It's a cooling herb. And it is, could make this celery cucumber juice really nice, because celery cucumber, I make this celery cucumber juice usually with an apple, for example. It's a nice thing, and a little bit of lemon. But mint, here instead of the apple, so to say, could really make a difference, and I'm really excited to find out. And then I have a little bit of ginger. She says 2-inch, I think she wants 1 or 2 inch of ginger root. So I will try that now, and I'll come back in a moment when the juice is done, and I'll show you. This is my juice today. I took exactly the measurements. I mean, it is not precise. One Spanish or English cucumber can be larger or smaller. So it's a bunch of celery can be large and small. So it's all, with a grain of salt. But the measurements she said to advise I used, and now I try. And I'm excited because the recipes from Vegan Genie are very subtle. She's has a very fine taste buds, very subtle, and has exciting flavors. She finds out. I'm very surprised. So many recipes that are already fantastic. Check it out. It's exciting. I want to see now that of course it's the celery cucumber juice that are runny, and it's mostly water. Wonderful, refreshing, the cucumber for the skin, and the celery has a high potassium. That's so the antidote to sodium. Sodium gives us heart problems with cardiovascular diseases, and potassium is, so to say, the other thing, the good side. It's a little bit salty. You can make celery salt, for example. It tastes salty a little bit, but it has no side effects, no negative effects. If you have too much salt or sodium, then you can die. And many people do. It's one of the main killers. And celery is the opposite. Potassium is so wonderful. Um, so we have very great here ingredients here. Fresh juice, runny, as usually these juices are, and the color, of course, a beautiful green juice. But the texture, the flavor now, that is with celery sometimes a little bit critical. Also cucumber juice, that tastes too bitter if you just juice the cucumber. It's not the easiest juice to begin with, so when you make a beautiful, delicious cucumber juice, you've done something good. Well, it's a thing. It's a little bit of a challenge to make a beautiful, delicious cucumber juice, especially also with celery. Let's see now what it tastes like. Wow, that's a powerful juice. Taste me one again. Once again. Wow, it is not a sweet juice. There is nothing sweet. Usually I add sweetness, apples or so, but it's not a bitter juice. It's a little bit of sour juice, but then the mint comes into the flesh. It's again also a way to balance sour and the bitter of the cucumber. It's not bitter, it's balanced with the lemon and the ginger. So interesting, fascinating. I didn't expect that, but well, let's taste it again. Yeah, check it out, really, very refreshing. Here, have a look. I like it. I will enjoy it greatly. It's perfect for a summer day, when you have a fasting day, for example. That is usually when I drink my juices. Juicing to me is reducing fiber. I filter, put the juice, the vegetables and the ingredients to a juicer, and that's what remains. And in the juicer, of course, the fiber, that what cannot be digested by the body itself. The bacteria need to do that work. And usually on a regular eating day, the fiber is one of the most important parts of the food because we need a healthy digestion. It needs to work, and they work on the fiber, bacteria, and even give us some nutrients, important nutrients from that processing that it happens in the intestines. And on a fasting day, I take the fiber out to pause digestion. That's the thing. I mean, usually fasting is said reducing calories. You don't eat as much as you need on a regular day. And when you fast, reducing the energy intake with the food makes the body generate energy in a different way. It's called ketosis. And that is the cells burn no longer sugar, mainly. The cells begin to burn ketones, smaller molecules than the glucose molecules. They are larger. And burning ketones is more effective. But it's also kind of state of emergency because, you know, the body has to do that because it hasn't have enough energy. So it begins to do a different thing and also cleanses itself. That is the big thing with fasting. It's really a cleansing process. In the last 3 years, scientists found out a lot about it. They researched on the topic. It has always been, humans have always fasted because they had not enough food. But nowadays we have plenty of food in many parts of the world, and people don't fast regularly. And when they do, they have the same benefits. It is cleansing from the garbage that is in the cells. When the cells produce protein, every cell produces thousands of proteins. There can be misproductions, mistakes, and then they produce garbage. That garbage is put on a garbage bin in the cells, so to say. There are locations for that. But if you don't bring out the garbage, if you take it out, you get pile it up and more, and then the cells get old, they age prematurely, become diseases, and so this fasting is an anti-aging. That's what science found out. It's an autophagy. Autophagy means you eat yourself, the body eats itself. That means it brings out the garbage. It takes out the garbage. Very easy. Yes, and that's what happens on a fasting day. Many things happen. It's a thing that the gentle juice fasting goes very easy on it. You know, I fast only once a week for 1 day, but always, every week. Yeah. If nothing happens at the birthday party or so, then I shift the date a little bit, but mainly it's once a week. I put into my schedule so that I get along with the other people around me. Yeah. And over time, it's a huge effect. It gets more and more deeper into the system. Layers after layers go deeper, and there are things also in the mind that are hidden there for decades. And you continue for year and year after year, you go deeper and deeper, and it's very wonderful to get this kind of liberation. Okay, thanks for watching. I will enjoy that juice now slowly. Digestion takes no place, so the nutrients go right into the bloodstream. Not overdoing it, not too fast, so slowly. And tomorrow I eat again. Next day, slowly to begin. The body wants to make up what it had too little, so the body wants to eat more than it needs, and I have to slow down a little bit. But with a little bit of awareness, a little bit of watching myself and taking myself back, it's not a difficult thing. The gentle juice fasting has some advantages also because it's easier to handle the next day, and so breaking the fast and so forth. Again, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoy. If you like fasting or want to know more about it, you can also go to Facebook. There's a page called Tree Yoga Moon Fasting. Said about Yogini Kaliji. She gave us this idea. And there you can remember, and there are all the juices there, moon fasting calendar. Otherwise, like the video, subscribe, MD Vegan on YouTube, have another recipe every single day, and find me on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest, and X. And donate, if you will. Under the video is a button called Thanks to further the vegan message through MD Vegan.